Uh, Hello, fellow kids. It's me, your local ghost hunter. Let's go and play some Phasmo. I'm not gonna do that long term. Right, so, new weekly challenge. I had a brief look to make sure it actually updated because I thought it was gonna update yesterday, but it actually updated today. So, we have Sanity Survival. Sanity is a scarce resource with no pills or lights. Be careful finding this nightmare ghost. Correctly find the ghost in 10 Ridgeview. Ridgeview Accord. This awkwardly cut off there. Maybe you wanna function that spacing differently. Actually, maybe on a higher resolution, it's not that bad. Who knows? Hard to say. I clear my throat in the most overstated ways. Right, so let's see what we got this time. We can't do any loadout stuff, so we'll just have to... Wait, Ridgeview is this one. There we go. Have to see what we got. So anything with no lights is always a bit of a pain in the ass, especially for streaming, since I don't mind when the map is dark. I can usually see okay, and I have a vague idea of where everything is anyway. Okay, we do not have a sanity monitor. I wonder if we start at 100% at least. We have candles. We have flashlights. Are they broken? No, they're working. So just no power in the building. Okay, that's gonna be a lot easier than I thought then. And by easier, I mean we'll see how quickly we die this time. But with candles, this shouldn't be that hard if we wanted to succeed at all costs. We can just run around with a candle at all times. Since candles also drop your sanity drain, or stop your sanity drain rather. Let's see. Hey, I'm almost at case 420. This is gonna be hilarious next game. And Stevens. We'll worry about side objectives as we go. Right, so with no breaker, what is my first approach? I guess I'll just go for the bone and we'll see if we get any sort of response from the ghost until then. Like any noise or weird shit happening. Have a look around. I wonder if we get cursed possessions. The mirror is not here. I still can't quite figure out... Oh, here's the voodoo doll. Seems like we do get cursed possessions. I still can't quite figure out some of the background audio from actual audio. Like sometimes I feel like I hear very faint rumbling and moving in the very distance, but I think I'm usually not correct on that. Like it's usually just background audio, not actually the ghost shuffling about. And so that's that side done. Let's check the basement. I'll use the voodoo doll later, I think. Oh, I have a really good hiding spot here, if we make it. Yeah, the power thing is broken. Okay, so basement could be a really good place to fuck off to if we desperately need to. A lot of hiding spots in general. We had lockers in the garage, we have lockers in the basement, and the cheeky spot in the basement. This map also has a spot over here in the kitchen, which is really good. So you can just hide behind this fridge, and it works out most of the time. You just hide back here. You have to get really, really unlucky to get killed by the ghost there. Unless, of course, it sees you go into that room, but generally speaking, it should be pretty decent. So my sanity is pretty heavily draining the entire time. I'm gonna assume we're at like 85% or something. I don't know how quickly it actually drains without any ghost interactions. But we can't be that sane. Okay. Ah, fuck, I was just too late. That was absolutely terrible. Might be a hallway ghost, which would be a pain in the ass. You did just touch something over here. EMF 5, actually, in the door frame. Alright, let's set up over here in this corner then. Let's drop this over here as well and go outside, get us some candles. Yeah, get fucked by ChatCube. ChatCube knows that you're just guessing the numbers. Get called the fuck out. Alright then, Bango. Welcome to our spooky, scary, no sanity session that we're about to have. Right, so we have EMF 5 already, let's put that in there. I'm gonna assume we have all evidences, unless otherwise stated. I think that shadowy appearance, there was something with the shadowy appearance. I think one of the ghosts never does that, or maybe never does that during actual chase, but I actually can't really quite conclude anything from that. Let's also, while we're setting up with that, let's grab a camera and put that into the hallway just for now. Fucking bin sword. Speaking of swords, I've been doing some great sword in the old Monhon. That's very fun. Got a fancy new technique in Sunbreak, which is pretty fucking OP. Oops, I should be using this. So let's see, are you actually... Why did I turn the light on? That does nothing. Yeah, I got a pretty fancy, pretty OP new technique, which is quite good. That's not a hunt. Is it? It is, I am dead. Went downstairs, it's pretty fast. I think it went faster as it came close to my EMF stuff. Like by the electrics it was pretty fast and then it slowed down. Might be a Raiju. I think we're also pretty decent on sanities though. It was hunting though, right? Like this. Okay, it is a hallway ghost then, I assume. It's fucking around out there a lot. Where am I? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, it was definitely hunting. Okay, cool. I'm gonna work off the assumption that that's a Raiju then, because that was a pretty early hunt. We didn't get hit by the ghost event before, I think, so... also, we had the airball event just now, so it's not an Oni. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that it's a Raiju for now. It hunted pretty early, and I'm pretty confident that I heard it be really fast first, and then as it went to, like, further away places where we didn't have any electronic equipment, it slowed down. So I think we're on track for a Raiju so far, which is a little bit spooky. Raiju hunts fairly early if there's electricity around, so it already started hunting, and we can't restore sanity, so we're gonna be dealing with that quite a bit, I think. Let's look at what other options there would be for Raiju. We'd have Ghost Orbs and Dots. Okay, Ghost Orbs are... Oh wait, it's a Nightmare Ghost, it said, so we are withholding one piece of information, actually. Let's have a quick look at this camera. We didn't really look at it for too long, but maybe we get super lucky and get some ghosties. Some Orbies. But yeah, it seems like we'll be tossing down some Dots and... the second camera. I do want to bring some protection though. Right, never mind. What is it with fucking weekly challenges and not getting smudge sticks? What the hell? What the fuck, devs? Please, be kind. Well, so much for protection, I guess. May as well leave this here then. Guess we'll just have to work with a lot of darkness. Alright, Ard, how's the Valheiming coming along? Anything interesting recently? Okay, so I'm gonna set up a crucifix in this corner. We don't have a hiding spot in here. Maybe this isn't the best place to try and secure. Oh, there it is. Ghost event. Oh, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Fuck you. Ooh, crucifix immediately nibbled. That's only one stage. Fancy new animation, we get to see it. We love to see it. Well, we already had that, right? Like, the Apocalypse challenge was basically turning off everything helpful, turning everything to absolute shite. So, oh, we have this, by the way. No EMF 5 spike, that might... Oh, we know it's EMF 5 already, never mind, I'm stupid. So, like, it can't get, on paper at least, worse than the Apocalypse 24 times thing challenge that we did before. Where, like, you're slow, ghost fast, no sanity, no torches, no whatever. Like, everything just turned off and on Sadi Meadows, so... It's probably not gonna go quite that far. It fucked with the door right there, which is a good sign. Let's check for fingerprints in that case. I also want to set up a second camera pointing the other way. Of course that's a fucking hallway ghost as well, that's such a pain. But yeah, it's gonna hunt soon, I think, since it already nibbled the crucifix. We don't have much time. Okay, not here. Let's move this back very slightly more, move this along very slightly more, and try to GTFO if we can. Yeah, man's been past the swamp man for a while now. Has made great strides. Watching the battles between foolings and growths. I see, I see. Surprised we didn't get attacked in the meanwhile, actually. We must be pretty close to no sanity at this point. We've been in the darkness quite a while, and we've also been struck by at least 2 ghost events. This is a very bright corridor. I should not have. I should remove my torch when we next get back up there. I'm really hoping we get some dots soon, because that would all but guarantee for me that it is a Raiju. We'll inevitably have more chases soon, so we'll probably end up hearing the ghost a few more times, but... my first instinct was immediately to go, oh yeah, right, a Raiju, easy. I don't really dare running around with the spirit box all that much. I mean, what else am I really gonna do? Come on, give me some dots plus, that'd be nice. What was the other thing? Ghost orbs. There's of course a chance that it's not actually a hallway ghost. It could even be downstairs, but the way it popped up as a ghost event here and has been constantly active in like this sort of hallway area makes me think that it is just hanging out upstairs in the hallway here. The hunt also started upstairs, I think, like in that corridor to the left of where the camera is right now. It's also been there for the crucifix, yeah, it must be in that hallway. Well, let's try to bring some more evidence up there. Raiju is indeed a Pokemon. Let's see. What else do I want to bring? I don't really have much reason to bring anything that isn't just evidence, because I don't really have much to protect myself anyway, so... guess I'll just go and hope I don't just die to an immediate hunt. We have the basement hiding spot, which is really good. Oni X, oh boy. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Give me 1 sec to turn this off. It's knocking on a window, huh? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Oops, 1 corridor too early. It's over here in this corner. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Must be around here somewhere. I wish we had a hiding spot up here, that'd be very nice. Oop. Ooh, it nibbled the crucifix right there. Wait, it knocked on that door there though, or on that window. Is it twins? Like, I swear I heard it knock on glass over here somewhere. Maybe it's twins. Let me get out of the building for a sec so I can pop. That is fast as fuck. And that was much slower at the end, wasn't it? It briefly became a lot slower as it came down. Well, I need to fuck around right now while I have time. Command can't see shit. Let me grab my torch back out. Yeah, it's knocking on that window a lot. I am so fucking done. This is 100% a Raiju. Like, the moment it leaves the upper floor where all the electronic equipment is hanging out, it slows down a lot. It must be a Raiju. How am I not getting dots or go? Oh, maybe it is just in that fucking bedroom in the corner. Maybe it's not actually a hallway ghost and we just got unlucky. Why would it be all over the place though? That's so unfortunate. I mean, they do change rooms a lot actually, and well, we're not on Insanity mode, never mind. It shouldn't be changing rooms that much then. Did it move the camera or was that me? Maybe it was me. Yeah, I wish we had a few more questions. To be fair, you can ask other questions and the ghost will respond as though it was how old are you or where are you? Like some streamers do like silly questions and the ghost just answers anyway. So I could just do more, but when I'm sort of like stressed and just want to make sure that everything is working out, I just ask the same shit over and over. Lucky Fandango? Not quite. Cleanse the ghost, or the area around the ghost with smudge sticks. Thank you, game. That is definitely a thing I can do. So how do I make sure... We desperately need to go into that room, I think. And somewhat quickly, too, before it changes favorite rooms again. Let's toss this at the... I don't know, at the entrance. Where's my... Oh wait, I want a camera. Just gonna do that and fuck off immediately. Then we wait for the next hunt. It's the ghost phone, don't mind. Don't be startled. It definitely changes speed a lot. It must be a Raiju, I think. Are we good? We are. Okay, so just for my sanity, it was ghost orbs and dots. Let's toss 8 dots in there as well while we can. We have like 10 seconds. Just give it the old everything, I guess. Jesus Christ almighty. Imagine being able to see where you're fucking going. I think we're good. Yep, time to leave. Fuck's sake, there we go. Stress. Man, you'd think 25 seconds are a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time when you're being hunted by fucking ghosts. Oh, I think I just saw dots. I swear I just saw dots run across the screen. That will increase my confidence by a lot in that being a Raiju if we do actually get some dots. Let's give it another Oogle. Wait for it to appear again. I'm pretty confident I just saw dots as I entered the truck. Would be nice if you were to confirm it though, Ghost. Would just be a little bit of a kindness for me, maybe. Hopefully. Would be nice of you to do. Please, Ghost? Friend? Yeah. It is a female ghost too, so it'll work extra well. mean, living with bats just sounds like a terrible idea in general. I don't know. At the very least, they must like shit everywhere. Did I just see a tiny bit of something down there? Man, I swear I saw dots as I entered the room. Or the truck, rather. It's not confirming it for me. Oh, Ghost, please. You've tried catching me, what, 5 times already? Cut me some slack. There's always a chance it just moved favorite rooms and just left, or it's currently just wandering or something. Okay, let's for the sake of argument, let's leave this open so if something happens we can still see shit on the side here. Oh, I just saw dots, there was dots, 100%. There we go, evidence, dots, there we go. So we are left with Goryo, Wraith and Raiju. Can I say anything about these? We only see the dots on the camera, so it could be a Goryo. But Goryo doesn't speed up, never mind. Yeah, neither of these speed up, it must be a Raiju. We are out of here. But yeah, it is super fast while it's upstairs where all the electronic equipment is around, and then when it comes downstairs where none of the electronic equipment is around, it slows down to regular speeds. That is very Raiju, so must be. It also hunted pretty early, which a Raiju can hunt early if there's electronic equipment around, so I can't say obviously how much sanity I had exactly on that first hunt, but it was definitely sooner than normal, or at least it felt sooner than normal given that we had no ghost events or anything. We were on 0 sanity, of course, at the end, that makes sense. Survive with only the Sara items. That daily might be bugged a little bit with the weekly challenge stuff. Alright, let's go again. Let's see what we have the second time around. I mean, at least some of them you can teach to shit in certain locations, like cats and other, well, maybe not other pets, I don't know. I guess you could, like, go dogs we take outside on walks and shit, so they should, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, look, it's the funny number for George Williams. Motion sensor, EMF reader, I mean, none of this matters. Why am I even checking? It's just a habit that I have built that is now not particularly relevant. Yeah, fuck it, let's just go. We do the same shit, I think, where we just run around, look for the boner, maybe get some clues on the way. We didn't even find the boner last game, did we? But yeah, just wander around the house, see if we get any indication for what the ghost is. No, it's not seen as a good thing. It doesn't matter where you end with sanity. I just meant we ended up on 0 because of all the bad shit that was happening. Like, your sanity constantly drains if you're in the darkness. So, like, it'll slowly go from 100 to 0. The lower you are, the more active the ghost is, and at a certain threshold, ghosts can start hunting you. Before a certain threshold, they can't even hunt you for it. Oh, it's a daily challenge. There are daily tasks and weekly tasks that you do that get, that give you some extra money as a reward for playing the game, basically. So we had a daily challenge that says, hey, reach 0 sanity once, and that way we got some extra money. Yeah, we had that last time as well, where we got 3,000 bucks for 3 somewhat quick prison missions. Well, one of them wasn't quick at all, and we died, so it's, like, not terrible money if you just look at it in aggregate, but in practice we also died for it, so it is terrible money after all. No, we don't start at 0 sanity. I'm very confident we don't, because we don't immediately get hunted. If you're on 0 sanity, the ghost will... I mean, sometimes it takes a moment to start hunting you, but usually it doesn't. It just kind of goes for it. So, usually when you're on 0 sanity, the moment you enter the building, the door snaps within, like... Oh, hello, ghost. Wait, your EMF is on the breaker, though. Maybe it was just trying to... Well, I'm gonna assume for now that you're in the garage. We have another voodoo doll. I wonder if that's always gonna be the case. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? Let's just work off the assumption that you're actually in the garage. Give me a sign. Mate, show yourself. Alright, Ember. You are... Well, I was going to say hopefully alone in this place, but maybe that depends. We are definitely not alone in this place. We might be alone in this garage though, which is bad enough. Because it means I'm wasting my time and my sanity. Nope, it is right here. It's humping the breaker door. I can probably get an interaction photo for this as well, actually. Let's leave my light here as well. Wait up. I tossed my photo cam, otherwise that would be the easiest photo of my life. At least we didn't get hit by the event. Okay, good. Very good. Somewhat alone in the dark. Oh, I see, my bad. But the minimum age comment did not put 2 and 2 together. Right, let's see. I want... no, not another torch. Let's grab a camera. I want a UV light because it keeps interacting with the... whatchamacallit? The breaker, and we can get fingerprints off of that if I'm not mistaken. We'll probably need 2 cameras because that room is pretty big. Maybe I'll leave the UV light for... actually, UV light is time sensitive, so let's try to set that up as soon as possible. So let's grab camera and dots projector in addition to the UV light. Right. Let's see if we get any clearer indication, like some Orbeez would be nice. Let's maybe set up a camera over here. Actually, let's have a quick look around. Okay, it's not an Oni, but we are losing sanity pretty rapidly. You are interacting with this door. Oh, is that freezing temps? I think I just saw freezing temperatures. Yep, we are having the old freezing breath. Let's toss this here and leave as quickly as possible. I'm leaving my UV light behind for a moment as well, and let's carry in the next set of items. Okay, so a few things happened there at once. We got a ghost, not a, whatchamacallit, a wispy sort of event where there's a puff of cloud. A puff of cloud. Okay, brain reset words, whereas a little puff of air, like an airball event, as they call it, is chasing you, and the Oni, as a ghost, never does that, so we can exclude Oni immediately. We also have freezing temperatures, so we can tag that in. We saw our little frozen breath there for a moment, so we can exclude all of these ghosts, which is quite nice. It did not leave fingerprints, however we are on Nightmare, so we can't actually exclude that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's a good headcanon, actually, I like that. Like, man was just trying to change the breaker, or change a fuse, and unfortunately he became the dude in the process. Alright, let's toss in more of this shit, and set that up in the, like, earlier area of the garage. This is gonna be very spooky. We're probably already somewhat low in terms of sanity, so we might get hunted soon, and I didn't even scout for hiding spots yet. Place this here, place you here. Somewhat like this. Let's get back out and get in the next set of stuff. Okay, so I want to bring 2 crucifixes, so we have a chance of not quite dying immediately. And I'm gonna bring the spirit box so we can see if it reacts to that. I could also just have a look at the camera for a moment and see if something fun happens. This is the second camera we set up. Let's see if we get any dots or orbs or something. We can pretty safely exclude orbs already, since we, like, went around with the camera for a moment, and we would have definitely noticed orbs, I think. The garage is big, but if you're manually just panning the camera, it's not that big. Spooken and spooken are not quite the same thing, so what you wrote is no spit culture, which is pretty good as well, I agree with that. If you omit the C, you get what you wanted. Oh, there's actually ghost orbs. Never mind, I lied. They are just hidden behind the car. Interesting, okay. What does the Mimic have again? Freezing. Okay, we still need to check for Spirit Box or fingerprints. It's probably not fingerprints, but anyway. It could still be a Mimic, so let's check Spirit Box at the very least. Could it be anything else with Spirit Box? It could be an Onryo. No, it can't, because we have 2 evidence. If it gets us a 3rd piece of evidence, then it can't be a function. Fuken culture, basically. Fukum. So, yeah, Spirit Box is the one thing I need, which is, funnily enough, also the thing I was gonna bring in anyway, so... Could be a Mimic, we'll see. If it's not a Mimic, we'll have to use Brain again and figure out the rest, but... Let's just hope that it is. I need to stop sprinting willy-nilly, especially if I'm low sanity, or low-ish sanity. Okay, let's check and make sure that the entrance area can't start a chase, and maybe this bit here. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? How old are you? It is a mimic. So the only thing that would suggest that it's not a mimic would be if the ghost orbs that we saw are fake somehow. Like maybe there's some weird light reflecting off of the garage car thingy, because that was a bit suspect. So what's interesting about this is that we almost got really unlucky. Let's see if we get more ghost orbs. Yep, there's more ghost orbs. 99% confident. They're only going down, which is a little bit awkward, but that must be ghost orbs, right? Anyway, so we got really unlucky. We almost got shafted. So the mimic changes into a different ghost every, like, minute or two, basically. And usually if a ghost is supposed to leave fingerprints, they leave fingerprints 100% of the time. So if a ghost touches the door and you scan it and you see, oh, no fingerprints, you can almost immediately exclude that. Except for one ghost. There is one ghost which has a chance of not leaving fingerprints. I think it's 50% actually, which is the Obake. The Obake has a special ability where... or a special thing with fingerprints in general. So there's a chance that an Obake leaves no fingerprints. So if you see something touch a door and you check, no fingerprints, okay, you can immediately say it's either no fingerprints or it's an Obake specifically. So in this case, we had the fucking mimic, which actually turns out to be a mimic, touch a door 50 times or something, and every single time, or not quite 50 times, but like 2 or 3 times, and we checked with the UV light, and it didn't leave fingerprints. So the mimic coincidentally was imitating an Obake at that exact moment, and thus it left no fingerprints despite usually being forced to leave fingerprints. If it had imitated any other ghost at the time, we would have gotten fingerprints immediately and would have very quickly figured out that it was a mimic. So it actually tried really hard to mislead us there. But we definitely have ghost orbs, we definitely have freezing temperatures, and we definitely have fingerprints, which doesn't exist in Nightmare. You should only get 2 pieces of evidence, so this must be... I clicked the twins, it must be the mimic. It's easy to misclick those because both of them are next to each other and they have the at the start. Yeah, that's another ghost orb. We do definitely have freezing temps though, right? Like, I'm kind of tempted to go back in and make triple sure that I'm not imagining that. Because if it's not freezing temps, then there's of course a chance it's one of these other ghosts. So let's quickly just... We haven't been hunted yet, maybe we'll just die. The thing is, if we get killed here, it doesn't matter. You don't have to survive to accomplish the weekly challenge, like to make progress on the weekly challenge. So even if we die here, it's not the end of the world. We'll just tag it as a mimic and then call it a day. Yeah, okay, it's very freezing temperatures, time to leave. Cool. So that was interesting. Mimic is usually... Like, Mimic is super weird because it can be one of the easiest ghosts to find as well as one of the hardest ghosts to find. The fact that it gives you, like, ghost orbs no matter what the settings are means that sometimes it reveals itself instantly. Like, in this case, we have 3 pieces of evidence, even though we're supposed to only get 2. Ta-da, it's a Mimic. Like, we can say this for absolute certain. But other times, it also is pretty tricky, like when we earlier... they had the instance of the ghost not leaving fingerprints, even though it was supposed to leave fingerprints because the mimic happened to imitate the one ghost that doesn't leave fingerprints sometimes, so it's, yeah, it's pretty tricky, the mimic sometimes. It's coincidentally the statistics you now have if you go to the main menu here somewhere. And I think, yeah, my most deaths are to the mimic, coincidentally. I don't know why specifically, I don't think I get fooled that much by mimics, but apparently they do end up killing me the most. So, yeah, such is life against the mimic. Alright. Also, fun fact, if you play this on, I think Italian, it's called Il Mimo, which is hilarious. It sounds adorable. Get killed by Il Mimo. Russell Brooks. Not sure why I'm checking objectives again. Again, just, muscle memory / habit. Let's do the same shot. Now Il Mimo, like IL and then MO. Oh, we have a pretty good hiding spot here. Not sure if it's the safest one in the world, but it is pretty accessible since it's kind of in the center of the house. I think I just heard knocking upstairs. Wait, what? So I just saw something. But yeah, like I said earlier in the first mission, I'm still not 1,000,000% whenever I hear background ambience versus things actually happening. Like, I could have sworn I heard something upstairs a few times already, but it's very easy to just be misled in that regard. Give me a sign. Is it walking around upstairs? No, that can't be. I swear I heard it just stomping around up here. It's either super active already or I'm just being dumb with audio. Definitely a possibility. But yeah, I keep sprinting just to get around, which is also hello there, scene. I keep sprinting around, which gets me places faster, which is nice, but it also wastes, obviously, my sprint, which I might need to survive, since the ghost can in theory hunt whenever, since I don't have a clue for how sane or not sane I am right now. Oh, very fine, Fathom. I didn't even notice, since I was actually focused on the game for a moment. Give me a sign. Yeah, it's good. Especially for that wall text, you can usually just look at the end of it because they tag the link on at the very end, so you might read this thinking it's a normal, like, message to a certain extent anyway. And then at the end it's like, look, click on this suspicious link.com. I swear I keep hearing shit. I'm going crazy. Okay, this sucks. We're at pretty low sanity, I reckon, like 80% or something. They just can't find anything. Are you secretly in the basement? I think that's the one place we haven't really looked. It is in the basement, I think. Okay, I just heard a door slam, so I was wondering if that was the entrance door. Oh yeah, it's down here. EMF 3. Been very active the entire time. Okay, let me drop my bullshit here for a moment. Let's actually turn this on though, just in case. And get some more stuff. Okay, this is a somewhat reasonable place for the ghost to be actually, because all we need to do is run up the stairs and then hide in that corner and we should be alright. If the ghost is too close to us, we can run over towards the kitchen and hide behind the fridge, and that should also be somewhat alright. Yeah, if you're... I don't know if that's in default Twitch or if it's just a better Twitch TV thing, but if you're using BTTV at least, you can just press B as well for ban. So like you click on their name and then press B to quickly ban them. That's my secret sauce for how I ban shit on your stream. Let me grab... Oh, I can only grab one camera at pop, can't I? So let's just take one set of these and then do the same thing in a second. You can just casually try this on... Oh no, wait, you can't ban Ard. I was gonna say, oh, you could just practice if that works on Ardanian, but you can't do that because mods can't ban each other. Noobs. You don't have the power? Okay, I'm just not gonna be fucking around too much here and just doing this somewhat quickly and dirty. I could spend some time looking around with the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Could spend some time with the camera and just look manually for ghost orbs. I don't know, here, enjoy. Right, let's set up the exact same thing on the other side, since the basement is somewhat large. I think with 2 crucifixes we should be good to just hang out there and look for some evidence though. Not that I've set up any of the crucifixes yet, but just in general. You are very much over here right now. Tossing absolutely everything. Like some sort of ghost of poultry. F3. It's moving around so many things. Let me put this up here. Okay, let's have a look at the cameras and then bring in some more equipment. I think I'm gonna do 2 crucifixes and the spirit box next. I'm really bad at judging how high my sanity is, or low rather, because we've been in the darkness the entire time and we've been basically through the entire building, but how much does that mean? Like how low are we? How high are we? I cannot tell. But yeah, let's quickly check out the cameras for a moment, see if anything pops up. Don't see any ghost orbs on this side. Don't see any on this side either. See, I think 60 seconds are over. There you go. Should be back to normal. Okay, so with the basement being this large, it's kind of unfortunate because while I'm looking at this camera and the other camera we might be getting dots right now and I'm just not seeing it. But that's just the sort of issue that we have to deal with. Sure, we'll be fine. I think I'm gonna set these crucifixes up so that like looking at the map here, I'm gonna set them up like here and here, so that even if the ghost does spawn down here in the corners, at least we have enough distance to probably get upstairs into safety. Instead of becoming dead immediately. Okay, I'm surprised we haven't gotten anything just yet. We did get some EMF, but not EMF 5. It was tossing so many items, it might be a poltergeist. The poltergeist would be fingerprints, I know for sure. I don't remember the other things that he has. Normal speed. We're still going? Nope. Okay, it's hunting already. Again, I have no idea what my sanity is like, so I can't quite use that as information. It's definitely still roaming around down here. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Are you close? Are you my friend? Are you old? Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Are you wherever you are? Are you eating my crucifixes? Don't answer that last one. And why? Well done. We learned nothing. That's always good. It's just my life in it. Well, we haven't tried UV light yet. EMF can be a little bit tricky. I think, like, I've heard, although I don't know if the number is accurate, that anytime there is EMF, you have a chance of 25% that it is actually EMF 5. So, like, a ghost that has EMF 5 has a 25% chance of actually producing EMF 5 rather than just any number. So, even if it is an EMF 5 ghost, you don't always get it immediately. The last one that had EMF 5 we got pretty quickly, but this one we might just get unlucky and have to try for a while. Pretty spooky down there. I'm gonna assume it's not Spirit Box. Spirit Box is pretty reliable once you know where the ghost is, and the ghost tossing items around down there and using the crucifix directly next to us is pretty, like, solid evidence. Yeah, let's try for a UV light. What else can we do? That would make sense. Really have much of an idea. I feel like we got hunted pretty early, but it is really hard to tell. Oh, I need to check the books actually. I should grab the torches I'm coming down. Guess we'll just bring a paramech as well. There's a small chance we get something identifiable. Oh, fingerprints. And writing, okay. Let me immediately leave so I can ponder those for a moment. I said let me leave, not kill me. Okay, hand over. Okay, let's leave this here for a second and actually think about what we're doing. Okay, so, it's Poltergeist, Demon, or Myling. I don't think it's a Myling because we heard the footsteps just fine. I'm gonna exclude that for now. So it's either a Poltergeist or a Demon. Demon would make sense to me because it felt like we were hunted pretty early, and it's overall rather aggressive. But it was tossing a bunch of items, so I'm not entirely sure how I best solve those. I think we would ideally hang out down there for a bit and make an item pile and see if we get a poltergeist thing, but I'm gonna click on Demon for now just to have something to work with. We could try the hunt cooldown as well, although we'd have to be able to understand exactly when a hunt ends, and I'm not sure how we can do that. We could hide in that corner maybe. This was the run where we had that hiding spot here, right? Yeah. So you could get hunted, hide in the corner, and if it's less than 25 seconds cooldown, then it's definitely a demon. Is that really my best plan for now? Can't blame you. Look at the shadows changing, that's kind of weird. The light source is actually slightly different whether you're using the actual torch or just the implied torch. Interesting. Okay, let's do those. Did it just end? I think it just ended. That was on cooldown. It is pretty quiet, but that's probably because of, like, elevation. It's either a Myling or we're already done. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $21, $2. Might be a Myling. It's definitely not a poltergeist. try this. If this starts flickering before we hear the footsteps, then it might be a myling. Not hunting anyway right now. But yeah, I agree, these hunts are pretty short. Oh, we can force a longer hunt with the... Nah, this seems normal. Although it's so hard to say with altitude issues, like with the different floors. It might be a myling. We saw that flickering briefly before us. How else would I find out? So it's 100% between myling and demon in my opinion. Let's sit here and ponder this for a moment. So, the way it works is, myling has a shorter distance at which you can hear its footsteps, basically. These numbers, however, are pretty small. Like, it goes from, I think, 15 meters to 12 meters or something like that, or like 13 to 10 or something. Like, it's a very small area. So it's kinda hard to tell sometimes. At least that's what I remember about it. I might be misremembering. So you would... So normally it's not the end of the world to have a myling, because you can usually just hide somewhere, and while it's roaming around you, you can hear the footsteps, like, fade into and out of existence somewhat abruptly and at awkward, like, places. Like, you're like, oh fuck, how did I not hear the footsteps before, sort of thing. However, because, like, the game is weird with elevation, with different floors, basically, if something is in a different floor, everything is a bit fucky. Not only is the sound fucky, it used to be that you literally just couldn't hear footsteps at a different floor. Like, even if you're right on the fucking door to the stairwell, if the ghost is on the other side, or just down the flight of stairs, you could literally not hear the footsteps. And they did try to fix that to a certain extent, but it's really hard to tell just to which extent, if you know what I mean. So, even though this kind of feels like a myling in terms of how little we can hear of it, it's really difficult because the ghost is currently hanging out in the basement as its starting location, so it comes up the stairs and it's just right over there, and that is probably enough distance so that we can hear it, and before it comes up the stairs we probably aren't supposed to be able to hear it anyway. So due to the elevation, or to the different levels of, like due to the different floors rather, it's really hard to say whether it is myling footsteps. The other thing that we have is the demon. Like, I'm excluding the poltergeist. So what I've been doing is, another listen. I don't know if it's even hunting right now. Yeah. The other option is a demon. We can't really identify the demon that easily. There's not much I can do. The speciality of the demon is that he is kind of weak to crucifixes. Like, the crucifix acts as though it was bigger than it really is. Basically, like, the area that it denies is bigger for a demon than for any other ghost. And the demon has less cooldown between hunts. Those are the two things that we can interact with to a certain extent. The other thing is the demon hunts earlier in terms of your sanity level. However, our sanity level is, like, basically impossible to tell. So, like, that isn't really that big of a help. That sounded very myling to me. Though we were hearing it pretty far away right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so the demon has a hunt cooldown of only 20 seconds rather than 25, so I was counting whether it's gonna start within 25 seconds. If so, it's a demon. If not, it's not a demon. However, we can't really quite tell, because if it starts the hunt downstairs in the basement, obviously we don't know. I was gonna count there because it ended the hunt pretty close to us, so we can tell exactly when it stopped, but That is otherwise kind of difficult sometimes. The reason I'm including the poltergeist is I made this pile of items there at the entrance, and the poltergeist basically has to interact with every item that it passes while it's hunting. So if it goes through that object, it would go like tong, 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 just constantly be tossing shit while it goes through that pile of items. It did toss a few things, every ghost does that, but it did not toss nearly as much as the poltergeist should. Two, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, it did not hunt within 25 seconds again. It is really hard. It's doing some shit where I think, oh yeah, this must be my ling, but it's also not reliably or consistently doing that. Basically the thing I was talking about earlier with the lights flickering, equipment flickers in, I'm not entirely sure about these numbers, so don't quote me on those, but I'm just gonna take them anyway to illustrate the point. Equipment starts flickering at 13 meters distance to the ghost, and you hear footsteps at 15 meters, let's say. So normally you'd hear footsteps, then the equipment starts flickering, and then the ghost is coming after your ass. The myling has this decreased footstep radius, so we should normally hear the footsteps at 15 meters, but let's say it's 12 meters or 10 meters, I don't know the exact number. So we should see the equipment flickering before we hear the footsteps. However, like I said, because of the two different floors that we're working with here, it's not consistent. That was a very long cooldown. Obviously, and this is the issue with saying like, oh yeah, if it's a demon, it's gotta hunt quickly. Yeah, like once again, we saw the flickering, but then we heard the footsteps. That's very myling, but it needs to come up the stairs from the basement first, so I don't fucking know. So basically the ghost isn't forced to hunt the moment it's off cooldown, it can absolutely choose to wait, even a demon can choose to wait. So we can't really say, oh, it's not hunting within like 20 seconds, clearly it's not a demon, because even a demon can choose to not hunt for a minute or so. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So that's why I've been opening the door, because the door slamming is a very good indicator for, hey, hunt starts now. Like this entire time the ghost could have long been hunting. What I have here is the voodoo doll. We can use that to force interactions, and if we pull the heart pin accidentally, or push rather the heart pin accidentally, which is I think a 1 in 13 or something, we will start a cursed hunt, which lasts a lot longer than normal hunts, so that way we might be able to tell the myling a little bit better. So after this hunt, I think we'll wait out the cooldown once again. And then we're gonna force a cursed hunt and hide here, and then we can maybe figure out the footstep shot. 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Please hunt now. My voodoo doll is glitching. Okay, we once again did not have a quick hunt. Alright, let's... So now we're gonna have a bit longer of a hunt. Went upstairs. It's a bit awkward. I'm gonna call it a myling. I don't know. We haven't had a single fast hunt, and like, the sound being so weird is definitely in part due to the different floors, but practically, I don't know. think we have any way of really nailing that. I don't think the myling has any other characteristics. Let me quickly look that up in my notes. I don't think the myling has any other characteristics that we can figure out. There's my file. Let's see, where's the myling? It makes more noises on the paramic, apparently, like it has a higher chance. I mean, that is also super relative. Fuck it, we'll just call it a myling, and if we're wrong, we'll just do another one. It's not a big deal. It was a myling, okay. Yeah, that was really, really awkward because of the map that we were on. The map having 3 floors on that small of an area really makes it hard to say, oh, we can hear the footsteps, we can't hear the footsteps, because, again, it's just the elevation making that hard. But hey, here's the weekly challenge then. 3 hunts, all 3 success, or 3 games, all 3 successful. Let's look at the hunts we had this game. There must have been a lot of hunts. Oh, we do start at 75 sanity only. Interesting. That's mean. They should probably inform you of that. Because they say it's nightmare difficulty, but sanity is a scarce resource, blah blah, in the info blurb, so I thought we would start at 100%. That explains a lot better how this myling could hunt me so early. Yeah, I did 12 hunts. Total hunt duration. Can do the math and figure out how long they are. Anyway, yeah. That's weekly challenge.